Welcome to class 14 of Java. In this class we are going to understand about if-else statement. Okay, so this is the syntax of if-else statement. Now what does it do means, now there are two blocks of statements present here. There is true statements and what false statements. Okay, so you can see that if a condition, then in this particular if block we have what true statements, and then else the else block starts from here, ends here, where I am writing here false statements. Okay, so different types of statements are present. So some statements are present in the if block, and another type of statements present in the else block. Okay, so what happens is, if the condition is true, it enters into the if block and executes true statements. If the condition is false, it go to the else and executes what false statements. Okay, so now either true statements or false statements will execute based upon the condition, but never executes what both, never executes both. So based upon the condition, either true statements or false statements will execute. So let me show you this particular thing again, once again please. Okay, the syntax is like this. Let me explain the syntax, because syntax is very important. Here I write, okay, what is that? If I can say that condition, okay, if condition, okay, open the flower base and close the flower. These statements are called as if block statements. Okay, if block statements. And here we'll be writing else, open the flower base, close the flower base. Here you will be writing else block statements, else block statements. Okay, so what happens here, it is, what happens is, if the condition is true, if the condition is true, then it will execute what the true statements. This is if block statements will be executed, that is true statements. If the condition is false, if the condition is false, then it will execute the statements present in the else block. Okay, so this is how it is going to work. So let us understand now, let us understand the same thing, okay, with the help of some programs. Okay, what is the program? The program that I am going to explain now is like this. Okay, let me open the Eclipse. Here I am going to write a program. Okay, what is the program? So I write read two different numbers. Okay, two different numbers and print the biggest, okay. So now what I do is, I am going to remove this particular old program here. Okay, scanner object. First of all, I create two variables, a comma b, because I should read how many numbers? Two different numbers. Okay, for that I am taking two different variables. Now here I am going to write sys out. Okay, then okay, yes, now enter a, enter number 1, otherwise enter a. Okay, enter a or enter value for a, whatever it may be. Okay, enter any message that you can give, enter value for a. Then I am going to read a is equal to sc dot next integer. Okay, next integer. This is what happens with it. Similarly, now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to read another value for b. Okay, another value for b. So therefore here I change b, and here also I change what b. Okay, so reading the value for a is completed, reading the value for b is completed. Now we have to find out the biggest of these two numbers. Okay, so by using which syntax please? By using this particular syntax. Okay, this syntax you have to follow. So let us see the syntax here. Okay, right here. Condition if at all. Okay, if at all. Here you write the condition. What's the condition? If a is greater than b, then which is the big? I can say sys out. Okay, sys out. Biggest is equal to, okay, biggest is equal to okay, is equal to plus a. A is the biggest. Okay. Otherwise else which is the biggest? Sys out. I can say that biggest is equal to plus what? B. B is the biggest. Okay, like this we can write the if statement. So the condition we can write, if a is greater than b, okay, a is greater than b, if it is true, go here and print the statement that biggest is equal to a. Otherwise, if this condition is false, if means if a is not greater than b, go to the else and print what? B is the biggest. Okay, so let us understand by executing this program. So I am executing the program. So it is asking to enter the numbers. Let us see this. Enter the number. So I am giving 10. Okay, and I am giving what? 4. So biggest is equal to 10. So sir, biggest is equal to what? 10. Yes. Now what is happened? A value I have given 10, B value I have given what? 4. So 10 is greater than 4. Yes, true. True means go into the if and prints what? A biggest, that is what? 10. Okay. Then come out of this else block. Come out of the else block. Okay. That's it. Now I execute the same program second time. Let us see. Yes. Okay. Now I give here, like say 10 and I give what? 20. Now biggest is what? 20. So what happens? If A is what? 10, B is what? 20. So 10 is greater than 20, false. False means it will go into the else, and the else block statement will be executed, which prints what? This is what? Biggest is equal to B. That is nothing but what? 20 this prints. Okay. So like this we can write what? If else statement. Okay. If the condition is true, execute this if block statements. If the condition is false, go and execute what? Else statements. Okay, else block statements. This is how can we write the program for if else. Okay, so let me paste here the program. This is what the program. So I can say if else statement. So better I write here if else statement 1. Okay, right, this is what. Now this is the first program that we have completed. Now we understand the second program. Let's go with the second program. What is the second program is, let's say, read a number and print, okay, odd number or even number. Okay, in the last class this program we have seen by using if statement, but now we are going to understand the same program by using if else statement. Okay, so how you are going to write, please? How you are going to write this program? First of all, read a number. Okay, let's say, okay, read a number. So only one number I am reading, n. Okay, enter value for n. Let's say that enter number. Otherwise I can give very simple thing, enter one number. That's it, enter number. Now the number I read into what? N. Okay, okay, and now I have read one number. So this is what happens. Okay, read a number. Okay, read one number into the n. Okay, now you have to find out it is an odd number or even number. So how can I now write this particular thing means, let me show you. Okay, let me show you. So how can we write this particular program? Okay, so what I can say, please? Can I say like this? If at all n divided by 2 is equal to 1, okay, then what is that? It is an odd number. Therefore here I say what? It is odd number. Okay, so if this condition is true, okay, it enters into this if statement and prints it is an odd number. Else, otherwise what? Otherwise we say if the condition is false, then we would like to execute the else statement saying that it is an even number, like this. Okay, so if the condition is true, we would like to say it is an odd number. If the condition is false, it is what? Even number. Okay, right? So this condition already I have explained regarding the odd and even numbers. Is it clear? Any number divided by 2 whose remainder is equal to 1, then n is what? Odd number. Already I have explained in the previous class. Okay, if any number that is divided by 2 and remainder is 0, then n is called as what? Even number. Okay, based upon this condition we are writing the program. Okay, let me write the program, please. Now let me write the program. Okay, for this let me write the program, same program I am writing now. So what I am going to do now, please? If at all n modulus 2 is equal to 1, then I am going to say that sys out, what I say is, that is, okay, odd number. What is an odd number, please? Plus n is an odd number. So I am printing odd number n value also I am printing. Else I print what? Sys out. Okay, let's say that okay, it's getting slow, please wait. Okay, sys out, okay, yes, processing, please. Okay, right, sys out, right, out. Okay, this is what? Even number. What is that? Is even number n. Okay, this is what happens. That's it, finished. So if n is an odd number, it will print as an odd number. Otherwise it will print what? Even number. Okay, so not even number, even number. Okay, now let me run this particular program. Let me run it. Okay, fine. So here I am giving what? 12 is an even number, right? Therefore you are getting what? Even number. Again I run the program. This is what happens is I give what? Let me say that 7 is an odd number, therefore it is getting an odd number, right? So like this we can write a program for odd and even number using if else statement. Okay, this is another program. Right. Now I would like to tell you one more program. Okay, one more program I would like to tell you on this particular thing. So let us say that. Okay. Now the program here itself I type. Okay. So now I'm going to use what I am going to use here multi-line commentation. Okay, multi-line commentation I am going to use here. So this is not required for me, right? Okay, fine. This is now multi-line commentation. Okay, read a number and write that. Now I am going to write the program. Okay, right, the question that I'm going to write, the problem that I'm going to write now. Okay, so what I'm going to say is read. Okay, read read name. Okay, employee name, emp name, employee name, you read it. Okay, then employee name and employee id. Okay, and salary. Okay, and salary. Okay, salary, and calculate calculate HRA, DA, PF, IT, and net salary. This is what you have to calculate. Okay, so where now I'm going to say that what happens here it is now where okay, so read name, emp name, emp id, and salary you read and calculate this particular HRA, DA, PF, IT, and net salary based upon some conditions. What's the condition? If at all the salary, if at all the salary is greater than is equal to, okay, 10,000 rupees, then what we need to do is you have to calculate HRA is equal to 40 percentage. Okay, 40 percentage on what? Salary. HRA means house rent allowance. Okay, house rent allowance, it is one type of allowance that is given to the employee. Okay, then HRA, DA is equal to, okay, this is drought allowance or dearness allowance, what we call as, where it will be what? 30 percentage on what? Salary. Okay, then provident fund will be deducted from the salary, that is assume it is 20 percentage on what? Salary. Okay, IT is equal to income tax is assume that 10 percentage on salary, assume like this. Okay, salary, right, like this. So this is what happens if salary is greater than is equal to 10,000. Now we have to calculate HRA, DA, PF. Okay, house rent allowance, drought allowance, provident fund, income tax. Okay, so these are the percentages you have to calculate. Otherwise means else means what? Otherwise. What do you mean by otherwise? If salary is less than 10,000, otherwise means what? That is salary less than 10,000. Okay, less than 10,000. What the thing that you have to calculate? Okay, that is what I'm going to tell you, that same you have to calculate, but the thing here it is, yeah, the thing is here we'll change here 20 percentage, 10 percentage, and what provident fund is what 5 percentage, and income tax is 0 percentage, means 0 0 0, that's it. This is what happens with 0. Okay, this is the kind of program. Okay, now okay, finally you have to calculate the net salary. Net salary means how much amount cash amount that should be given to the employee. So how to calculate this net salary means net salary, I will shortcut, net sal is equal to his actual salary plus the house rent allowance plus drought allowance minus provident fund will be deducted from the salary, so PF, minus income tax will be paid to the government, therefore that is IT. Okay, so if you use this particular formula, then the net salary of the employee we will be getting. Net salary means the actual cash amount that should be given to the employee. Okay, so but these particular 4 things we have to calculate based upon the condition. Okay, so the employees whose salary is greater than 10,000, these are the percentages we have to calculate. Otherwise this is the percentage we have to calculate, and finally calculate net salary. Okay, for this now I am going to write the program, please. So let me write the program here. Right. So in this case what I am going to do here it is, yes, now tell me what are the variables required, please. These are the variables first of all required. Okay, all these variables that are required. Fine. So let me create the variable. So name is a string variable, string emp name once variable. Okay, right. Integer emp id. Okay, second variable. Fine, good. Next what happens is double salary. Okay, double salary comma HRA is also rupees, isn't it? This is salary, HRA, DA. Okay, provident fund, IT, and what? Net salary. Okay, these are variables. Okay, then I have to read the value sys out. I am going to say that sys out enter emp name. Okay, fine. Now I am going to read the name is equal to no emp name is equal to sc dot what is that is next line. Okay, so that it is going to read a name. Similarly, now I am going to read the next value, which is what? emp id. Okay, emp id I am going to read. So therefore I am going to write emp id, and here I can say integer value, isn't it? Next integer value emp id. Similarly, now I am going to say what? Right. Now I am going to read the salary of the employee. Salary. Okay, salary. Now here I am going to write the salary. Right, this is the salary. Salary is a double value, therefore I can write here double, next to double. Okay, right. So after reading the name, employee ID and salary, now we have to calculate. We have to calculate HRA, DA, PF, IT net salary based upon the condition. Or the condition, if salary is greater than this one. Okay, otherwise this one. Okay, so let me write, and here itself the code I am going to write. See. So if at all salary is greater than is equal to 10,000, then okay, flower base open and do this type of calculations. Okay, see, this is what the calculation. Okay, otherwise else what we should do, please? And okay, open the flower base. Here we have to close the flower base. Okay, now if the salary is greater than is equal to 10,000, this we have to calculate. Otherwise we have to calculate these percentages. Okay, so let us say how to write 40% on salary, please. 40%, how we write 40%? 40% already I have explained, please. Okay, in the previous programs, 40% means I can write what? 40 by 100 into salary. Okay, like this we can write into salary. 30% means what? 30 by 100. Okay, into okay, salary. Okay, then 20%, that is what? 20 by 100 0.0, okay, into salary. Okay, 10% means what? 10 by 100 into salary. Okay, salary. This is what happens. So I put a semicolon. Finished. This is what happens. Okay, right. Same thing now we are going to apply here. What's 20%? 20% means what? 20 by 100. Okay, into salary. That's it. Salary. Here it is the salary. Okay, the spelling mistakes is there, right? Salary. Right. Now here also 10%. 10 by 100 into what? Right, into what? Salary. That's it. Here we have completed. Then 5%, that is what? 5 by 100 into, okay, 5 by 100 into, okay, salary. That's it, finished. Otherwise this income tax will be 0. Fine. So after coming out of this particular if statement, okay, after calculation of these four things, then we'll get out of this particular if else statement and now calculate net salary. What's the formula of net salary? This formula I am going to use now. Okay, net salary, to calculate the net salary. So this is what the net salary. Finished. So salary plus HRA plus DA minus PF minus IT. Now I am going to print this out. I am going to print very clearly. Okay, that is what let me say that employee payroll. This is called as, generally it is called as payroll. Okay, ROLL, payroll. And we want to draw a line. See how can we do. So if you want to draw a line, so I can say that repeat. So repeat this particular hyphen repeat for how many times? Let me say that some 30 times repeat it. Okay, so that you will get a line. We will see that. Okay, sys out. Then I say that emp name. Okay, emp name. What's the emp name? Here I am going to say that emp name. Okay, so this is, now I am going to print the complete report of the employee. So let us see this one, please. Let me paste it. Okay, now emp name. So what is that? Is emp id. So this is also, here also I change here emp id, and here it is what? Salary. Okay, salary, and here I am going to write salary. Okay, and here it is HRA. Generally we write like this, HRA, but HRA is a small letters here. Okay, the variable we have written small letters. Okay, HRA. Fine, good. Next we are going to paste it multiple times here. Right, HRA. Then I am going to say that, sorry, here it is, this is DA, then this is what? DA. Then PF, Provident Fund, this is what? PF. then this is what IT income tax, and here it is what IT, and here it is what net salary. Okay, net sal. Okay, net sal. Therefore here I say what net sal. Okay, this is the program. Is it okay? Right? Now I run the program and see what is the output you are going to get. Okay, so the output you are getting over here, please. Okay, this output you are getting over here, right? Now side by side, let me show you the side. Okay, this side I'm not getting this. Yeah, let me. Okay, this side I'm getting, no problem, right? Let it be. So actually I would like to put this side. No, so no problem, right? Enter employee name. Okay, this is what the program you can see from here. Okay, enter the employee name. The name is what I am going to say, that King. Employee ID I am giving is 101. Then salary I am giving is what, something called as 20,000. Okay, 20,000. So as I'm giving salary 20,000, what is happening, please? So salary 20,000 is greater than or is equal to 10,000. Yes, it will go into the if and it will calculate these percentages. Okay, and come out of this if statement and calculate net salary, and then it will print all these particular variables. Okay, so let me press enter, enter it. So you got this particular thing, salary 10,000, and everything is calculated. Okay, you may be asking, sir, how can we know that whether this if block is executing, this one is executing? For that you can go further debugging. Means I can say sysout. Okay, if block executing, if block executing. Okay, executing, let me say that. Now I can also say here, this is what else block is executing, right? This is what you can check which block is executing. Like this we can debug here. Okay, we can come to know that which is executing. Let me execute here once again. So where I am giving what, King 101 and 20,000, right? See which block executing, please. Yeah, if block executing. Once again I say, so here I'm going to give what what's the name is Queen. Okay, Queen. Let's say employee ID 102, and the salary is assume that I'm giving what, some 9,000, below 10,000. Okay, so that you can see that now executing what, else block statement. Is it okay? So this is how can we write the program for what, this particular if else. Okay, the complete program I am now giving to you, please. This is what the program number 3. Okay, so like this you can write the programs on what, if else statement. Now let me give you some practice questions. Okay, let me give you some practice questions, right? So that is what practice questions. Okay, practice problems, what it may be. Okay, problems. Okay, right, practice problems I'll give you. Okay, so what the first one is, let me say that first one is, okay, right. So this is the program that I have typed here. The first practice problem is read a number and print it is positive or negative. Okay, then the next program is read a sales amount and calculate commission. So the sales amount, if sales amount is greater than or equal to 5,000, then we have to calculate commission 40% on sales amount. Otherwise you have to calculate commission 20% and you have to print on the monitor. Okay, right. So next one is read two different numbers and print in ascending order. Ascending order means smallest to biggest. Okay, ascending order. What is the ascending order, please? What is the ascending order? Smallest to biggest. That is what. Okay, ascending order. So therefore, suppose example, enter A, enter B. Read the value for A, B. Okay, suppose I have given 10 and 3. Now you have to print ascending order is 3, 10, like this. Suppose if I give enter the A is 3 and B is 10, you have to print the ascending order smallest to biggest 3 and 10. Is that okay? Right? So this is the practice programs you practice on what, if else statement. Using if else statement you have to practice these programs. Okay, let me stop here.